Welcome to Vodhalla.
Cores, bros will be on mains between a lot of players, but here we go. This is the first game of the last winners quarterfinals matchup. This is the final match to decide who gets a winner's side top 8 spot, and the winner of this match will be fighting Digester, and that is guaranteed. Whoever wins this Futurebubble or LaTiya will be going into the top 8 to play against Digester, an EU player that is doing so good in the North American tournament. Question is, who's gonna play him in winners semis? I almost said winners finals. Neutral light from Futurebubble. We're gonna get a lot of neutral lights from to keep LaTiya pressured. Futurebubble's gonna have to do a lot of work with these neutral lights. Almost gets the ground pop, and he almost gets Stairway to Heaven. It's like I've gotten hit by this a couple times, but it's called Stairway to Heaven on Spearin, that gravity cancel neutral signature. Sends Futurebubble near to the close of the stage, but takes LaTiaYulis out of his first stock this game.
Where'd you hear that? Stairway to Heaven? What? I've never heard it called that. I've never heard that.
Well, let's just call it a spirit combo.
That's not even okay. Anyway, Futurebubble doing a pretty solid job here, especially with the spear. Now, Yulis trying to get that kill with the weapon throw. Unfortunately, Futurebubble will be able to dodge through a ground pound, however, not going to be able to dodge through that one. And now stocks are even. LaTiaYulis a little bit damaged on this second stock. We'll get the double bonk with both weapons. Now it's on the spear. Futurebubble, once again, like I said, on that Kaya, really good player. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens this game. You know, it looks pretty even. However, one wrong move and the stock goes bye-bye.
Yeah, you're gonna have to say sayonara to your stock if you do something really stupid. I've done that a lot of times in the past, and all my stocks have gone sayonara. Down sig, that's gonna be able to kill. Futurebubble's now up a stock and a half. Well, half a stock. I should say half a stock over LaTiya. And LaTiya gets the unarmed heavy, the haymaker, and manages to get Futurebubble off the stage, but not possibly nowhere close to killing him. LaTiya, neutral signature from LaTiya. I thought Futurebubble was on his last stock, but the stocks are even. The damage is almost completely even in the favor of LaTiya. Future still has the lead, and we might actually see LaTiya get a turnaround. I have no idea.
Yeah, that was honestly a really good play there from him. Reverse slide charged and to catch the dodge in. But Futurebubble still working away around this stock, getting a little bit of chip damage here and there, getting that end sig quite frequently, I will say. But we actually have seen Kaya earlier, Seabass playing it against Interstella, fortunately losing game 5. But LaTiya doing pretty good now. Even damage. Futurebubble's kind of starting to struggle a little bit. Not being able to find as many attacks as they normally would here. Fortunately, going to get around the lance nair, but that down sig unfortunately will hit.
Player 1 wins.
Futurebubble is going to go up 1-0.
And we're just getting an update that Mochigan is about to play Cliffspree. I don't know who the winner's match is, but Mochigan is also in his top 8 qualifier match on the lower side. And Snappo and Seabass are waiting for the winner. Snappo is waiting for Turk versus Animal, and Seabass is waiting for Mythic versus Tragic. That Mythic versus Tragic game, I think Mythic and Tragic played each other in a doubles tournament last week, and they're both up 2 games. If they're partners, which I might be wrong, that's going to be really painful to see. And whoever wins that will be playing Seabass possibly for top 8. And let's see it going to the Lucian.
Yeah, so, by the way, that match you mentioned with Seabass and Mythic, Seabass, he is seed number 1, and Mythic is seeded number 3. However, no, Interstella seeded 24, so that's kind of interesting to see.
Yeah,
but anyway,
upset after upset, you never know what's going to happen. It's not over until it's over.
I mean, it can be over whenever. You never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, LaTiaYulis swapping to this Lucian pick. We haven't really seen too much Lucian anymore now that Wrench is kind of out of the scene. But I remember, I think in 2020 we actually saw a bit of Lucian. Actually, was it 2020? It might have been 2020. We saw a little bit of Lucian from Pavelski. But also, most recently in Winter Championship, we saw Beware of Chair popping off in AUS with this Lucian pick. Futurebubble making it look pretty easy at getting around all these attacks, dodging that side lane barely, though, trying to go for that down sig. Unfortunately, not going to be able to connect. But both players now looking for this first KO. LaTiaYulis getting back to the stage with their options, holding that down sig, gets around it perfectly. Futurebubble starting to struggle a little bit, but now LaTiaYulis getting that recovery to get the first stock. Futurebubble just go ahead.
Okay, that's fair. Side sig, and that is going to. At some point, I thought it was gonna kill, but it does kill. And both players are both at. And both of these guys at 2 stocks apiece.
Yeah, Futurebubble not really finding as much damage as they did last game. These guitars are doing a really good job at keeping Futurebubble damaged and away. However, Futurebubble does have the bow in hand, so possibly a chance for a gimp or just some quick damage buildup. But right now, as we speak, the down air into side air into Ensig. Pretty good play there by Futurebubble, but not much is going on besides that. There's a little bit more damage makeup there, but Futurebubble kind of starting to struggle a little bit, like I said. But LaTiaYulis starting to try to get a little bit more momentum back, but damage is equal.
Relatively
you think this
equal.
Good.
We're seeing a lot of attacks being thrown out, which if you're in an urban situation, you're likely to throw out a lot of attacks and get punished for it. Which I'm in that situation like all the time in the stead lane and neutral signature on Kaya. Very coverable neutral signature. And that is going to mean Future is up a stock.
Yeah, the stocks kind of end very frequently. Missing that haymaker very, very close. Does manage to get that double into side air. Not going to look for that KO attack. Yeah, not going to go for anything. Not overextending. So really good play there by Futurebubble. A nice little punish there on the side sig. We keep backing up N-Light. D-Light side air from Futurebubble. Down, weapon throw down. Down air. Weapon throw. Trying to go for that egg jump. Unfortunately, not going to be able to make it. Now Futurebubble did so much damage there to LaTiaYulis' last stock, but now a side sig will get the confirm onto Future.
Like, LaTiya still is at a huge damage deficit. He needs to have so much. He needs a miracle guitar play in order to get this stock and this game, because Futurebubble did win the last game. Futurebubble with the side air, and he holds the down sig, which is really easy to hold, but that classic combo on Spear is going to bring up to 2 games in this set, 1 game away from playing Jester in top 8.
We're once again going to see LaTiaYulis swap. First it was to Lucian, now it's going to be to the Hattori. I'm kind of interested, like, we keep seeing all these picks. I feel like the Orion did pretty good, but what do you think about that Lucian pick?
It didn't do much as well. You need miracles and all of these combos if you want to have damage built up in clutch moments. And trust me, that's not easy. Looks like. Oh, it looks like. And I just got an update that in the losers bracket, Clispri, DQ1 Mojikin, so Clispri will make it into the top 8 on the lower side. And in that Mythic Mythic set, Mythic beat Tragic 3-2, and he's playing Seabass for top 8. And Turk is up 2 on Animal. Whoever wins that will be playing Snappo. And Crady and Zenny in the favor of Crady is up 2 games in this set. Whoever wins that will play the loser of this set, Futurebubble or LaTiya. And as you said, we're going to Hattori on LaTiya. And we're going back to Miami Dome. unlike
Three,
Small
two,
Brawlhaven, which we did in the last game.
brawl.
Off to a really good start already. Futurebubble starting to do a little bit of damage, however, LaTiaYulis is finally starting to. This game, the Futurebubble almost ran away, dealing so much damage that second stock. Fortunately, they were able to get that second to last one, but now LaTiaYulis spot dodging. Unfortunately, that down sig. Futurebubble is going to be up quite a bit of damage now, and holding that down sig, trying to look for that first knockout. Now, LaTiaYulis getting back to stage, punishing at the down sig, something most of us wish we could do. But damage is quite equal, you know. I mean, so far, what do you think this Hattori pick's gonna do?
He might actually be able to beat Futurebubble and bring this set into not a 3-0, but he needs to have a miracle because, well, Futurebubble's up 2 games, and if he wins this one, he'll be onto the top 8 on the lower side, or the winner's side, knocking Latia out. But damage is completely even in favor of Latia getting the classic spear combo, and it looks like he's high throwing his weapons, trying to decide which weapon to play against Futurebubble.
Yeah, I think the spear is kind of a ballsy play, but also at the same time, it's been pretty good. Starting to get a little bit more damage. Futurebubble finally starting to pick up his weapon, finally starting to get settled in. But Yulis has been playing pretty good these past few minutes here. Pretty even damage, pretty even gameplay. Almost dodging that down sig. That down sig, by the way, that has almost the same amount of frames as Azoth down sig. Believe it or not.
I don't really study frames, but you might be right. I'm just guessing that you're right.
Okay, lore nerd.
Why did you do that? What? Okay, back to the game. Back to the game. Both players at even damage. Latia tries to get a classic D-Light in the dare. I use that all the time, but Futurebubble holds that neutral signature, tries to go for 2 neutral signatures, both of them miss. And Latia, he needs a great spear play, he needs as much weight as possible, but that side take almost kills for Futurebubble. He only has 2 stocks to take and he's going to the top 8 on the winner's side, but Latia's gonna give it everything he's got, because it's never over till it's over, as they all say. Latia almost gets a neutral signature that takes out Future, and that Nair from Future, and that side sig puts Latia on his winner's bracket stock. This might be an R3-0 if Future can take this stock. It would be the 3rd 3-0 in this top 12 winner side, because the first set we casted was 3-2 and the other ones were 3-0. We might see an R3-0 in top 8. Do you think so, Future?
Yeah.
Sorry, Flaming?
Yeah, definitely. Right now it is looking pretty bad for Latia. I mean, sure. I mean, they got a little bit of even damage here, but Futurebubble last game pulled out so much, dealt so much damage really quickly, especially with his bow. And since Latia is just kind of floating around trying to find more openings, Futurebubble can capitalize with these end sigs. But now it does look like Latia has the lead in damage. Future kind of stopping those end sigs a little bit. But it seems the gameplay seems to have slowed down quite a bit. Latia knows what's on the line here, and Futurebubble does as well, possibly a 3-0 or
that's gonna be it.
A 3-0.
And the third, and out of the 4 sets we have in winners quarterfinals, 3 of them are 3-0s. Seabass and Inner still went to 5 games, but that is not the case for LaTiaYulis versus Bubble Guppy.